know when you watch my channel, I make everything into a face palette. I take eyeshadow palettes and put them on the face. I love a good face palette. There's one reason behind that only, and it's that I love tonal makeup. That means I love to echo the same shade on cheeks, eyes, even lips. I think it really makes a pulled together, beautiful look. And well, that's not uncommon in the makeup community, and in fact we have a lot of brands that are releasing tonal makeup collections. That is the exact same shade for eyes, cheeks, and lips with different products and often different finishes and textures. So glosses, matte, etc., blush, eyeliners, eye shades, but all in the same basic color story. I would like to say that someone like Charlotte Tilbury has done that with Pillow Talk and such, but not really, because her Pillow Talk literally goes from a pinkish shade to a brown shade to a red shade. I mean the exact same shade. We saw Clinique do it with Black Honey, and we are today going to look at the Black Cherry collection from Glossier. We have all those products here, and the Westman Atelier Petal Essentials, all in the shade Petal, which you are getting a preview of right now. With me, Rebecca. I am a fashion and beauty editor who has written and worked with some of the biggest names in the industry. I have brought Not Fit for Print Beauty right here to YouTube so that you have a sort of digital beauty magazine to look at every day or so here on YouTube. All right, let's get into what we're looking at today. I am fascinated by these collections because they really echo the echo of a tonal tone-on-tone makeup look that I am so fond of. I just think it's the easiest look you could put together. So Westman Atelier, along with some slightly new releases, she also grouped together what she calls her Petal Essentials. Those are in the shade Petal. She has, for $150, you can buy all of them, which saves you about $34, which is actually pretty good. If you buy these Petal Essentials individually, it would consist of the Baby Cheeks blush stick. We're going to look at all this outside. You know her blush stick. There's 10 shades of this. We'll look at it, like I said, in natural light in a minute. But on its own, it would be $48. And this is the shade, as I told you, Petal. It is a beautiful cream blush that also comes in 9 other shades. The Lit Up Highlighter Stick is a slightly new product. She's got a lot of different highlighting products, Gucci Westman, over there at Westman Atelier. The Lit Up Highlight Stick, though, comes in 5 shades, and this would be $48 if bought on its own. You save a little bit if you buy it like I did in the Petal Essentials group. This is Petal, of course, and this one, I should lay these out here. I mean, I'm going to put them together outside for you, but just here really quickly, just so you can see the difference. So it's going to be darker and more matte as a cream product can be, and then our slightly more transparent highlighter shade. And then we have 2 lip shades, one of them being the Lip Suede Matte Lipstick, obviously in Petal. This is a really pretty lipstick. I did a full review on these when they first came out. Really nice matte lipstick. Now, as usual, these cases from Westman Atelier, you either love them or you hate them. They are metal, and I always joke that they're repellent. My joke being that they repel one another. If you put them on a table next to each other, you can actually move one and have the other one magically move across, if you've ever had that happen, and you have a few Westman Atelier products on hand. And then, oh, they just did it right now. Did you hear that click? Let me listen right now. Listen. That was them clicking together. And then we have our Squeaky Clean Lip Balm. This one comes in 7 shades, but of course, this one is the shade Petal. So basically, as you can see, all same shade, but slightly different tones, slightly different finishes. Let's take a look at these outside in the warm California sunshine. What you're looking at on my arm, let me tell you the order. You are seeing the Baby Cheeks blush stick, followed by the Lit Up highlighter stick, followed by the Lip Suede matte lipstick, followed by the Squeaky Clean lip balm. I told you what they'd be separately, but together they're $150 instead of about $184. And I did purchase them together. I think it makes a really pretty look, but you'll see it in the demo. And the other thing you're going to see demo today is a shade collection, a tonal collection from Glossier. Glossier, a little different than Westman Atelier, but still a tonal makeup collection. They did one in Black Cherry. You can buy that all together for $65 instead of like $74. The lip pencil is always sold out. So I didn't get it. But I'll show you what I did get. I did get the number 1 pencil, which is, we're going to try it on lips today. I've never tried it. So when I take this off, I haven't filmed the second demo. When I do, we're going to try it on lips. But it looks like this. It's a black cherry shade. Again, we'll see this in natural lighting in a moment. Of course, the famous balm.com. If you buy the number 1 pencil alone, it's $18. The balm.com, obviously a lip balm. When you buy it separately, is $16. And this one does smell like black cherry. It's actually a really pretty smell, kind of a retro scented lip balm. And then we have, of course, our very famous Cloud Paint from Glossier, which is a cheek product. Sorry for the messy swatches indoors. And as you see, it just says this is a collection of Petal shades. This is a collection of black cherry shades. The only thing missing is the one product I keep missing when it comes back in stock, and that is the lip pencil, also in black cherry. That's $18 on its own, but if you bought the whole thing together, it's $65 instead of $74, which isn't bad. Now, all of these products I'm talking about will indeed be linked below so that you can peruse them or purchase them. Where I can, it's still growing YouTube shopping, but where I can, I will stick it up here in YouTube shopping where you can click and peruse or even purchase while the video is still going. A lot of people like that. It all works though. It all works. Also down below, you can find out information on how to join us over on our Facebook group. We have a membership here on YouTube. You know how to find me on TikTok, on Instagram, all of that good stuff. Okay, let's take a look at our black cherry Glossier collection outside in the warm California sunshine. There is the number 1 pencil in black cherry, the balm.com in black cherry, and the Cloud Paint. Cloud Paint's kind of messy. Now, alone, these are one price, and of course, they give you a little deal if you buy them together, which I really appreciate. These are 2 of many, many tonal collections out there in the marketplace right now, and I find them a lot of fun. I really do. All right, we are going to dive into both demos right now. I have already filmed the Westman Atelier, and I'm really pleased with it. Let me let you see that, followed by Black Cherry right now. Okay, let's start with the Petal collection from Westman Atelier. It's a little bit, I'm going to be taking it off to put on the next one, and I thought this was a little bit lighter. Maybe it would come off easier. I didn't want to be stained with black cherry, you know. Okay, so I have basically the base done, basically. Let's start with our Petal Essentials, and we're going to start with our Baby Cheeks Blush Stick. We're going to use it on eyes too. Now, when I use a product in multiple spots, I do have to say, do that. You know, I have a little bit of a warning with it. Sometimes the FDA will get in on this. In America, it's a very big agency, the Food and Drug Administration, and they'll warn about, sometimes, I haven't seen warnings on these products, but I haven't looked either. But sometimes they'll say that a certain pigment could stain, like if you use on eyelids, or the inner parts of our lips are very sensitive, things like that. Eye pencil on lips can dry it out, that kind of thing. So this is for the cheeks. I'm going to use it on, I think, a little bit on eyes too, but I'm just letting you know that's a cautionary thing. I'm going to do it because, wow, I guess I'm just a rebel, but you, please, I'm not forcing you to. Okay, so here we go. Our Westman Atelier Baby Cheeks Blush Stick. This one is in, of course, Petal. And you can just do this with her blush cheeks, or you can put it on a brush first. I guess I'm a big old slob. I don't share my makeup with anyone, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it right there onto the cheeks. And then I am using, to blend it out, I like synthetic for this sort of thing, and this is a Rephr brush. It is a Rephr B02. That is often used for foundation, but I like things like this, my Merit brushes. You know, I love my Merit brushes. Those are just, they need a wash right now. So I would use them if I weren't on camera. Now I put a nice healthy amount on there. But, you know, you might want to go a little bit easier. But it's just a really pretty flush that's a little heavier on this side. And I am overdoing it just a bit, just so you guys can see it. When I do my normal amount, it's tough to see on camera. And when I overdo it, it gets a little silly. So I'm trying to go in between. But I do want you to see what the shade looks like, because there are a lot of fans of this product from Westman Atelier. Now, as I told you, I'm going to take a Sonia G brush and put a little on the eyes, but this is not an eye product. And I haven't looked up whether or not it can be used on eyes, but I think it's really pretty. And as I told you in the intro, I enjoy these tonal looks for this very reason. I like to use blush on eyes. Okay. I just think it really works. It draws the whole face together, and that's the point of a collection like this. Okay, now we have our Light Up Highlight Stick. Again, a kind of newish product from Westman Atelier, and this one is tonal. So this is very transparent, but you could use this as just a glowy blush if you wanted to. I'll put it on the high points of the cheeks, but as you saw in the swatches, it does have a nice amount of pigment to it. So it does become a little bit like I was talking about when I talked about the new Natasha Denona blush duos, or even the Patrick Ta duos, though I know one of those duos is a powder, it's still tone on tone, and that does, you know, if I put it here on the lids, again, not meant for eyes. I don't know if it's prohibited. I haven't looked, but I want to give that warning. We have a lot of different viewers with, you know, different needs, so I guess don't try this at home. I don't know. Try it at home. Depends how brave you are. All right, I think that's actually really pretty. I wouldn't use this on lips, though. I know this could be, and maybe I would use it on like the Cupid's bow or just kind of the center, but I've never actually really tried to make it a lip product. You could if you wanted to, but we got enough lip products. Now, of course, we have two lip products. So this is already going to be a very simple put together makeup look. I really think it works. When we put the lips on, you're going to really see it come together. So we have our Lip Suede Matte Lipstick. You guys know this product. I did a whole review on this product. I think it's a very, very nice matte lipstick. It's one of the nicest out there, along with Merit has a really nice one. And so many others now that are matte but so comfy. MAC. Don't sleep on MAC lipstick. This is just a really pretty shade, and the whole idea, of course, of this tonal makeup is not just the same tone, but in kind of different textures. And look how easy that lipstick is to put on. I think the case is a little chunky and clumsy, but I suppose they wanted to stand out. And with or without that lipstick in Petal, that lip suede in Petal, the squeaky clean lip balm in Petal is a super pretty choice. And I'm just going to put it over the same color, but again, different texture. This would be a gloss texture. And it's true, it takes the matte lipstick and makes it not matte. So of course you have the choice, and you might not choose to use those two together, but I like them. You might choose to use one or the other instead. So this is a very beautiful tonal look. It's extremely subtle. It's very romantic. This would be a beautiful like Valentine's Day date night look. And you can exaggerate a little bit more. Use at your own risk if you're going to use products where they're not meant to be used. You know, blah, blah, blah. But I think that's a very, very pretty look. And those are all super nice products from Westman Atelier. And when I say that, you know I mean it, because I can be very critical of the products from Gucci Westman, but I think these are all winners. All right, let's go into an even more maybe youthful look with the Black Cherry Glossier look. But first I'm going to do a face wash. I'll be right back. Okay, warning, I will be using a product where it was not intended to be used. Eyes and lips. I'll do the eyes first. We're going to look at the Glossier Black Cherry here. A lot of people don't like anything on the eyes that would then touch the lips. I'm not going to touch anywhere by saliva, and I don't share my makeup, so let's try it on the eyes first. This is the #1 pencil, obviously in Black Cherry. I do have some black eyeliner on that I wore in our first. And I'm okay with that because I'm kind of hoping that might detract from this looking like I have an allergy. I do have allergies, but not right this moment. See, I think the black kind of helps that a little bit. I think if you just wear essentially a red eyeliner, it can be a little rough. let's try it up here, right by the lash line, and I have a lot of mascara on. Okay. And I mean, I could do, let's try it. My brushes were, okay, let's try it. Let's take, this is kind of a concealer brush, but I think it works well. Let me try just scribbling on the eyes. You know, they did this on the model on the Glossier site. It actually looked kind of good. But, or was I just being fooled by their marketing? Let's see, does this end up looking pretty as a kind of one and done eye shade? It kind of grays out a little bit, doesn't it? Which it might not be a bad thing, because I don't know how I feel. You know, red is a very popular eyeshadow color right now, but... And this is definitely using it the way it's intended to be used, because this is an eyeliner or an eye pencil. So I'm just kind of putting it around the eye and just seeing. But like I said, it's kind of graying out a little bit as it hits my mascara as well. And I'm okay with that. Kind of faded a little bit, didn't it? But it still looks like I have something on my eyes, and that tone will come up. I suppose you could really go to town with this pencil. Does this have any sort of a sharpener? Nope. I'm going to sharpen this like a normal one. You could really go to town and make this very, very, very dark, which I'm trying to do a little more of here. Very important that you work from one side only to the other, because you have some playing time with this, but once it sets, it's going to really set. These are nice pencils too, by the way. I have them in other shades and really enjoy them. So you don't want to kind of leave it. Sometimes I like to leave it because I want to match the amount I put on the other eye, but not a good idea with pencils like this, because they're gonna dry and set. I think you could still kind of wrestle with it a little bit to make it work, but it's not going to be a fun process. And this does blend out nicely, actually, but you can play with that and get the right amount. I don't think that matches very well. I think I have a little bit more on one eye than the other, a little bit more on this eye, but that's okay. Whatever. We're just testing the product out. Okay, and you can really, I mean, you know, you could go to town with this. You could go ahead and put this on your cheeks. You could, anything you want. As I told you, I've been trying to get the lip liner, and it comes back in and I miss it, and then it's gone. So what if we use this as a lip liner? Come on. I know some of you don't like the eye lip thing, but I sharpen it and I don't share my makeup. And I'm not going to get around where there's saliva. But if you hate this, I'm sorry. Okay. Hey, necessity is the mother of invention. How about the balm.com? This is the biggest popular product, the most popular, I should say, product from Glossier, I think, really. And it's just a lip balm. And it smells like black cherry. And I could have worn that without any liner, but I was frustrated. The lip liner has a little bit more of a metallic sheen to it. It's really pretty. I'm going to try to get it, but I love black cherry. What do you think? Did it work? Okay, and then the last product I have that I wouldn't put on the eyes. I love to make products work in many places, but I just find the cloud paint, this is cloud paint in black cherry, I find it a little bit of a goopy, it's not my favorite product from Glossier. It's iconic from Glossier, but it's not my favorite. I find it kind of messy. I find it one of those products where, oops, there's the cap, where when you squeeze it, you're like, oh, not enough's coming out, and then you squeeze it some more and it goes, you know, so I always have learned kind of when I'm working, see, to put it on my hand first. It's supposed to feel kind of painterly, but notice I do put it on my hand first. When I've tried to put it directly to the face, you got to be brave. Let me tell you, you got to be brave. And I brought over a foundation brush to apply it with. So I'm just going to kind of dot it here. And then we are getting, as you see, we are achieving that sort of tonal look. People love this product. To me, it's a little messy. It definitely makes a kind of a stain where you first put it down. That's not uncommon, but I think there's enough products in the marketplace now that do not do that. See, Like if I don't really blend quickly, you see how it stains. So that's what it does in the darker shades. Again, you know, if you apply it more expertly, it won't do that. But I always feel that there's other products in the marketplace now that do not. So I don't like to put up with that. But, you know, again, a very popular product from Glossier and a very pretty tonal look. I just express my opinion on it, and you can weigh in on that too, please. I could put that onto the eyes. I just don't, it just seems so goopy to me. That just seems yucky on the eyes. And I know some of you are at home going, that's yucky to you, but using an eyeliner on the lips isn't? No. Go figure, right? Go figure. Okay, so there it is. There's a tonal black cherry look. A long time ago, I did a tonal black honey look from Clinique that you guys were really fond of when they had a bunch of black honey shades out. And even their black honey varies a little bit because they had like an eyeshadow palette with some others in it. And as I said, I don't really think that we could use something like Pillow Talk as an example of that, because Charlotte Tilbury, the brand, has veered into so many different directions with the shades there. I'm talking truly tonal color. I think it's a beautiful way to put together such a simple, easy makeup look. I mean, you do a little black dress and tonal makeup, and it's beautiful. Now, the tonal look doesn't have to just be one shade. As I showed you with this Westman Atelier and Glossier collection, you could do any multitude of slight shade differences in transparency and opacity, I should say, as well as finishes. But you can also do this look from your own makeup collection quite easily by just using similar shades and textures and things like that. So tonal can have a lot of different incarnations, but this is one of my favorite with two different collections that are both very new to the marketplace. All right, let me know what your thoughts are. Do you wear tonal makeup? If you get a chance, put down below what your favorite concoction of tonal makeup is. Like if you have a little go-to with different brands and slightly different shades, let us know your little formula, your recipe. I know I, for one, will be copying it because this is a favorite look of mine when I can pull this together. So let me know all that. It's not just about me. Make sure that you like and share. And if you can, remember to subscribe. It is the nicest thing that you can do for me. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.